Oklahoma State is 11,288 kilometers away from here.
They weren't quite so smart. Things aren't going exactly the way you want them to. Cringy stories. Well,
Hello, my name is Sip, and what's your name?
I'm Reuel Hanks. I'm from Oklahoma State University.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Can you tell a little bit about yourself to us?
Yes, I am a professor of geography. I've been teaching at Oklahoma State University for about 25 years or so. I also happen to be an honorary professor here at Suleiman University. I've come here quite a few times, probably about 6 or 7 times over the past 15 years or so. The last time I was here was 5 years ago. I suppose I should begin by telling you that when I first came into SDU, to the building this morning, and I saw all the images in the entry hall there, one of the people on there is named Pavel, and he is, I think, a very successful businessman now in Almaty, maybe in Kazakhstan as a whole. He was one of my students here at SDU. So now I see how much success he has had. By now he's acknowledged by the university, and he was. I'm not surprised because he was a very good student.
So you can say that there is correlation with how good student is with how successful he can become in the future.
Yeah, I think that's very true. And I have always been impressed by the quality of the students here at SDU. I love SDU. I love Kazakhstan. And this is one of my most favorite places actually in all the world is here at SDU.
So I looked up. I saw that Oklahoma State is 11,288 kilometers away from here.
Yes.
What did we bring you here?
Well, as I said, it's been 5 years since I was here. And Professor Bolat Tatebekov, one of your famous professors here, is a very close friend of mine. He and I have done many things together over the years, both here and in other places around the world as well. He has been to visit us at Oklahoma State several times. He was a Fulbright scholar at our university a number of years ago. And I was missing Kazakhstan and I was missing SDU. Yes, I was. And I am very glad I came because I'm really very pleased to see how the university's changed. Just in 5 years, only 5 years since I was last here.
So what's the first thing you noticed when you entered the university?
The first thing I noticed was all these beautiful trees. They weren't here. There were some trees, but they were smaller, much smaller than they are now. And the new building, the new logo on the front of the building, and then Bolat has shown me how the university has expanded. Your new student activity center here, which is wonderful. It's a great thing for the students at SDU. I'm very, very impressed, very favorably impressed with what is happening with the university. When I first came here to teach, about the time that I was teaching Pavel actually, all the students were multilingual. They spoke English fluently. They spoke Turkish, most of them. They spoke Kazakh. They spoke Russian, multiple languages, and very intelligent, very well read, very knowledgeable about the world. So I've always been very impressed by the quality of the students at this university. So I was here even before any of the dormitories were built, if you can imagine it.
Oh, wow, that's hard to imagine right now.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Because when I was a freshman, I lived in dormitory, and now dormitory is a big part of the students,
Yeah.
for the freshmen especially.
Yeah.
Have you seen the inside
Of the dormitory?
Yeah.
Yes, I actually lived in one.
Really?
Yeah, last time I was here, I lived in a dormitory for about a month.
So I guess they have some rooms for guests.
Yes.
What qualities should students have to become successful students, to be top-notch students? Because what should, for example, I do to become one of the top students of my university and to maybe have my portrait on the wall of the university?
I see. You aspire to be like Pavel. I think the most important thing is to be passionate, to be dedicated and passionate to your success. No one, I think, can stop you but yourself. Not just you personally, but I'm speaking about the students in general. Don't let anything stop you. Of course, there will be challenges. Of course, there will be times when you're disappointed or you're frustrated, that things aren't going exactly the way you want them to. And that's part of life. Don't let that stop you. Keep working hard. Keep striving to be the very best you can be, and you will be successful. Did you know only the things that are hard in life are worth doing? The easy things everyone does. Everyone achieves the easy things in life. It's the difficult things. That is what really makes the difference between being average and being way above average. Always challenge yourself. Choose the things that are challenging, because if you master those things, you will be superior to those who didn't, who avoided those challenges.
I think I got shivers. That was a speech from the film, actually.
I'm a geographer, but I guess I'm sounding a bit more like a philosopher.
I guess you have to study a lot of things to know geography too.
Yes. You know, I've been teaching for 40 years, and I've had many students, American students, students in Kazakhstan, students in Uzbekistan. I lived and taught in Uzbekistan also during my career. And it really is that passion that is the difference, because I've had quite a few students who I knew were very intelligent, very smart, but they weren't so successful because they weren't dedicated. They weren't committed to using the talents that they had. I've had other students who I knew perhaps that they weren't quite so smart, but they worked very hard. They overcame any disadvantages they had, and they became very successful. I'm very proud of those students because they had the passion to succeed. They weren't going to let anything stop them, no matter what obstacles were placed in their way. I love all my students, but those students are especially dear to me. Find people who can help you. Find mentors who can help guide you, who can help advise you. Find people who you admire and try and adopt some of their qualities. If you can find successful people, be as much as you can like those successful people, because they have found the formula.
You have a lot of experience with other students in other countries.
Mm-hmm.
Does average SDU student have something special in them? What differs them from the other students from other countries?
That's a very good question. I think from my experience with the students here at SDU, the quality of the student is just higher in many cases. I mean, the standards, I understand from a conversation with Balat that the standards are going higher and higher here. That's probably a good thing for the university as a whole, I think. And so the typical student coming to SDU is probably better prepared for a postgraduate educational experience than, say, the typical student elsewhere. So be proud of the fact that you are an SDU student, because just the fact that you are here, studying here, means that you are somewhat above many other students. And I know there must be many students in Kazakhstan, maybe in all of Central Asia, who would like to be at SDU and are not able to come here for various reasons. So it's an opportunity. It's a very, very precious opportunity. Make the most of it.
Thanks you.
You're very welcome. It's my pleasure.
It was nice to meet you.
Good luck to you. I'm sure you'll be successful.